Hello everybody, let's do some work on the footer. Currently we've got nothing in it at all, it's looking completely bare. So for this particular footer, if you remember earlier on I set it to 3 columns width, so I can put 3 different widgets in the footer. I've got 3 different widget areas. Now you can in fact change that, and that is under footer design. Here you can select the number of columns for the footer. So you can in fact even disable it completely like that. But it's really good to have a footer. Now what can look good in a footer, great in a footer, is videos, YouTube videos. But first of all, let's just go ahead and add some normal things like menus and that kind of thing. Going to the widgets and footer 1. So let's add a navigation menu. I'll select main menu and there it is. However, I'm going to add 3 videos to this footer area. So I'm not going to have any menus at all in the footer. So I'll delete that. Now to add videos is very easy. First of all, we add the video widget, video, and then we select add video and insert from URL. So we can insert any YouTube share URL here. Let's go over to YouTube. I will grab this one here, share, and this is the URL that you need. Paste it there, add widget. All right, and I'm going to do the same here with the other 2. So going back to footer 2, add widget, video again, add video, URL, and with the 3rd footer widget. And there we are. Now earlier on in the course I mentioned that you can have a full width widget as well with this theme. And I said I wasn't going to do that because by doing that I wouldn't be able to have 3 widgets going across. However, with this theme the way it works is if you decide to have the full width widget, it displays above these widget areas here. I'll show you what I mean. Footer design, display a full width widget area in your footer. And now we have this area here. Now this could be really useful for placing something like an advertisement. I'm not going to use it, so I'll toggle it to off, but you do have the option to do that. Now other things that we'll want to do here is we want to get rid of the footer credit text, powered by WordPress designed by. Get rid of that. Now we can change the colour of the background of the bottom part of the footer, but there's no option here to change the background of this part of the footer if we wanted to, but I've got some CSS code for that. Now if you want to change this here, you can just change it to any colour you want. That is in fact the same colour as the secondary colour of the theme. I think I'll leave it something like that, something not white but very light. What would probably work well is to have this bottom part of the footer the same colour as the background of the sidebars. But for now I'll leave it like that. Now let's publish that and just take a look at what it looks like on the site. So that looks pretty good. Let's just see what it's like on smaller screens. So going back to the customization panel, we'll check it on tablet. And of course, because they're YouTube videos, they're going to be fully responsive. Looks great on tablet. Phone, looks great on phone as well. Maybe we have a little bit too much space at the bottom. Just here, perhaps we could do with a little bit less padding. So let's take a look at the CSS that I've got for the footer. First of all, if you want to change the footer background color, so this part of the footer, This part you can change right here, but this part here you can't. Go to CSS. Now that's clearly the wrong color. It's a bright blue, but it's just to demonstrate it. And again, you can go to the hex color picker and pick any color that you want. So we could have something like that. I'm going to get rid of that for now and just put it back to white, but I will give you that code, of course. And if you want to remove a bit of white space from the bottom here, this is the one. Let's hit publish and check that out. All right, now we've got less space there at the bottom. I also have one to remove a bit of the padding as well from the top if you want to. This one here. Just removed a little bit of the padding. Let's check that out. Okay, it doesn't really look much different, but as you saw here, it did make a slight difference. I'll just remove it and you'll see. And put it back. Let's once again check this out on mobile. Looking good there. Phone. Looking good on phone as well. Okay, so that's the footer. And again, as with the sidebars, as you start to get more and more content on your blog, you're going to have more options for different things that you can put in the footer. When you start out though, you can do just what I've done here. Go to YouTube and grab some short, relevant videos relevant to the subject of your blog and put those in the footer. One point to make is that you do need to have these pages here in the footer, so your terms and conditions and privacy policy. Now with this theme, the way it works is I have a navigation bar in the footer and I don't need to use one of my footer widgets to put that menu in, because it's already here. But if you don't have that, you would need to use one of your footer widgets to put these pages into, just to make sure that they are somewhere in your footer. Okay, I'll see you in a minute.